Hello there, welcome to another talk. And today's talk is called The Mental Illness on Planet Earth and How to Heal It. As you can see, I've got a picture. This is indicating heart coherence versus non-heart coherence. And that relates to this podcast, this talk. I want to talk about where the mental illness comes from, and this mental illness is the reason why a lot of people aren't interacting with their full chakra system. We have 7 main chakra points in our bodies. There are other chakras, but it's all related to the 7 ones. And one of the big problems for unconscious men, you could say, there's a big thing just now. I mean, some psychiatrists talk about it on this planet where men have this premature ejaculation thing, and that's related to the sexual chakra. Now, what it is that does this or presents that problem or blocks the sexual chakra is things like insecurity and fear. And these things are actually what happens to us in traumas. I watched psychiatrists on YouTube talk about it. Now, what happened to me was, if you're new to my stuff, is I had an unexpected spiritual awakening at the age of 24. I'm 34 on my birthday, so just under 10 years. Now, what started to happen is I started to heal myself. Right? I started to be aware of when I was getting triggered, and that's how we heal it. Right, and that is when you see virtue signaling, when you have people getting insecure, it's all related to subconscious trauma. And and how to heal it, how to heal this issue, is whenever you get triggered by an external situation. Now, let's just say you are demonizing someone. The person could be a narcissist. It doesn't matter what you're demonizing or what you're attacking. Ask yourself in that moment, how do I feel? And if you feel bad, if there's heat coming up in your face and your body temperature's going up, then it's a negative. It's dis-ease, right? If there's any dis-ease, it's disharmony. So what we have to do when that happens, what the spiritual awakening showed me, because I had depression all the way up to 28. 4 years after the awakening, it took me to stop I had crazy anxiety. I even attempted suicide once. I took 20 tablets once and tried to commit suicide. I didn't even know, but it didn't work. But I healed all this myself through my own awakening and what the awakening was telling me. And that was to just, every time that you're triggered by a situation, meditate upon that trigger. Go within it that moment, right? If you meditate upon that trigger, you won't feel the pain of the trigger, but you'll understand the trauma and what's really going on. And that's what you want to do, because you don't want to allow this to manifest itself. It's like, I'll give you an example. You could have 2 people that, and I'm talking about a romantic situation. You could have 2 people that feel romantically towards each other, yet a lot of the other people that know about the situation are getting very insecure. And the reason it's nothing that's happening to them consciously, it's a subconscious thing. They can feel that love that these 2 people have got, and so it's affecting them. And it's because they're subconsciously traumatized, and subconsciously they want that type of love. But to get that kind of love, we can only attract the same level of love that we give to ourselves. We do attract the same level of love that we give to ourselves. So this spiritual awakening, it showed me to serve my heart, serve what's within me. I didn't go on any courses for spirituality. I didn't read any books. It just came from this awakening. I sat down one day and had enough of everything, and I knew everything was going to change at that moment. And what had happened is that I basically was heart-based, and that's what this talk is about start living from your heart. When you go within yourself and you acknowledge that you're getting triggered because of you're being heart-based, you're being authentic, right? And that is the only way. See, it's not that we attract love. We have to align to love. Love is an alignment thing. It's not a thing of attracting a perfect lover, because if you've got a lot of healing to do, it's not going to work anyway. So we don't attract love, but we align to love, right? And so that is how we cure the mental illness. Like when you see a virtue signaler, when you see these people, they wear a mask, they use hand sanitizer outside the shop to get attention. Now, it's a subconscious thing. It may not even be in this lifetime. A lot of some hypnotherapists and psychologists and stuff say that a lot of it is past lives. And they're still traumatized from past lives. And that is how I healed myself. I just started to listen to the awakening. All of a sudden I was downloading all this knowledge that comes from a thing called Oversoul. Now, Oversoul is the middleman between you and Source. Source is where all life comes from, which is infinite nothingness, but the nothing is just awareness. And that's how it produces an awareness experience. But when your heart, living from your heart, the heart is a portal into that power. And then you develop all different things. You might start developing mediumship. You'll start ascending yourself, healing yourself, receiving all different insights, clarities on situations, and it's an ascension path. And some people end up being millionaires out of this path. Some people do. It depends on the journey. But what this path is all about is about joy. It's about abundance. And abundance, the law of abundance is all about being present and being happy within yourself, and then you attract infinite abundance. Right? So that is the cure to the mental illness on planet Earth. The problem with the planet is people have got problems in their heart areas. They've got blockages in their heart areas, and when we get traumatized by a situation, it goes into the heart, right? That'll be, and a lot of doctors have say this also. German New Medicine proved scientifically that all illnesses are shock traumas. Dr. Melissa Sell, you can look her up. She's a doctor, and she said that viruses are traumas. And that's what's happening just now with the fake virus. Everything comes from the top, and they're just brainwashing everybody. But how to heal this problem is it's all about every time you feel that trigger, go within yourself. As soon as that's why I don't get triggered by much things now, very little. And because the awakening showed me that every time that I felt that, meditate upon it. Like I said earlier in the talk, and I say in all my talks that I had crazy depression, crazy anxiety. I even went to see a psychiatrist because I was that bad. And the psychiatrist said, you're a bit impulsive, and, didn't really help me. But it was the awakening that healed me. And that's why now I don't suffer from any of these issues. I never used to have confidence. Now I feel very sure about myself now. And that's because I'm just living from within me. I'm living from the heart. I'm living from that within space. And that is the solution to the problems on all the planet. If everyone could turn their attention instead of outward to inward, we would heal the planet in a day. It's really that easy to heal the problems on this planet. It's all about going within. And I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates and talks and news, research, songs as well I sing, I have a website. My website address is www.lovelikefamily.com. I got deleted off Facebook for saying follow your heart and intuition. So that tells you the kind of forces that we're dealing with. So the best place to find my work is on my website. Thank you.